Hello and welcome to Chapter 3 of my 0% LTC of Fire Emblem Justice and Pride. Today, we have our first chapter with monsters. Monsters are about as strong as you remember from FE8, and generally speaking are not too different. While there are some scary monsters later in the game, for the most part, this chapter will be a breeze. I didn't mention it, but during that preparation screen, I was just showing that I traded around a steel sword over to Donovan, as he's going to make use of its very low uses left in order to do a strange strategy later. Or rather, that's how it was going to go, but you'll see how it ends up luckily working out. Here is the beginning of the chapter is pretty straightforward, as we use our formation to our advantage to give kills to Aderyn and Melinda, as usual. Aderyn is going to make her way to the northeast in order to meet two new recruits. The mage is both are mages, and while neither are going to be vital to the playthrough, I will end up hating and loving Kara at the same time. Hating because she's going to give us access to a chapter that forces us to waste torrents, and I have to keep her alive, even though I don't want to go to that chapter in the slightest. As you can see, Donovan is going to rush, as is his habit. For some reason, despite supposedly being the very smart and elegant gaiden, he ends up always doing such. After setting up more kills, we finally end up recruiting our the mage with Aderyn, who then has to talk to his friend, Kara, the shaman. I forgot to say the mage's name, but his name is Damien. I will end up giving several kills to Kara, as she actually does have a promotion that gives her some use throughout the game, though she will likely end up disappearing not too long after promotion due to her, generally speaking, low stats. She does have some use, however, as she starts with Darting Blow, which is a very useful skill. Now here you can see that my plan originally was going to be that the steel sword was going to have 3 uses. 2 uses would be spent on the first spider coming from the right, and then the last use would be used on either one of the remaining spiders. This would weaken that spider and give Melinda an opportunity to get another kill. However, I remember that one of the many things that gets rolled is HP, and defenses specifically. And remember that one of the rolls can actually cause Donovan to not one-round KO them with the Iron Blade. Well, I make myself sound like I actually planned that out, but in being completely honest, it ended up working out in this recording, and I decided to stick with it. Admittedly, it probably was a bit lazy, but all's well that ends well. There you can see Aderyn got rescue dropped. It's actually not important in this version of the strategy, as originally I was going to use a steel bow on the boss, but I found out that the iron bow works perfectly fine, and me rescue dropping Aderyn is completely pointless anyway, since he has like a 90% hit rate with the steel bow anyway. It just would get rid of that small chance for him to miss. Either way, the chapter is now coming to a close, and while I forgot to mention it, this chapter was done in 4 torrents. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for Chapter 4.